Hello Internet, I am John. Welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris 3.14 Determined Exterminators. Last time, I noticed that the galactic community had a bill on the floor to declare someone the crisis and assumed it was us and made some preparations for that eventuality. And then about 60 days before that was set for the final vote, the drums of war fired and the Khan also spawned. So things are about to get very exciting, probably. I spent a little more time between sessions kind of examining the situation and also squeezing some pops out of my economy. Um, my plan previously here was to kind of push into Azanti space to try to get at the Khan. But I've realized that they have a couple of wormholes in here, and I think by the time we get up here, there's like a 2 in 3 chance the Khan has already gone out one of these wormholes and is somewhere else. And I don't know where that will be. When the Khan spawns somewhere not in a wormhole cluster, that's like, that's a regional, a local problem. When the Khan spawns in a wormhole cluster, he's everyone's problem. So I think the best plan at this point might just to kind of be turtle up and keep economying up and waiting, and to kind of fortify. We have 3 choke points basically to our core sector plus these guys. We have Ettervip, we have this one here, and then we have this one. And there's this wormhole here, and I'm worried about that one. So I have a shipyard around here somewhere. I want to get a cloaked science ship out there just to see where that goes. And maybe we find out real quick and something comes through it. But I think that's something that I should get some better intel on. We also have this one, but we know that one goes back here. And my thought is, I've definitely heard of and seen the Fallen Empires. If anything hostile gets close enough to their space, they will send fleets. They'll jump fleets out to nearby systems. So like you'll notice that there's no like mineral expansion operation here, even though it's an empty system, and they often will. It's because the FEs will come get them. So that I'm not so worried about that wormhole or this wormhole. Honestly, it would be really funny if we could get the Khan to go through there and then get FE'd. But yeah, kind of my expectation here is that the horde spreads out and ends up in everyone. I mean, there's a wormhole here. There's a wormhole here. There's that one which would end up in FE space and get got. There's this one we know about. I don't know if there are more back here we don't know about. There might be one. Yeah, there's one back here. So there's the Khan is going to end up spread out, which is kind of okay for us. It distributes his impact across time. It means he's not like our worst case scenario for the Khan spawning would be here, and then he's right up in the exposed underbelly of our economy immediately, and that's not the problem we have right now. Hopefully, probably. I mean, he has 2 wormholes, but we know of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only like 40% chance he picks that one. There might be more we don't know about. Maybe there are more back here we don't know about. So yeah, I want to get a better scout back here. Another thought. Let's see. As far as my economy, right now I want to be generating as much alloys as I possibly can. If I want to turtle up on 3 choke points, I would be much happier if I had 390k escort fleets, one sitting at each choke point. If the Khan spreads out over time and over space, we probably aren't going to be fighting his full like 250 stack all in one shot, which would be great. But also, yeah, if we can't bottle him up here, chasing him down is going to be a nightmare. It's bad enough, before jump drives and gateways, just to chase him down, even without wormholes, and with wormholes, I don't think it's going to happen. So I think the best solution is probably to get some choke points, make them strong, and keep economying up in here, and make him come to us, right? Make him meet us at a point where we're strong. And let him break everybody else's stuff if he feels like it. I am a little worried about the possibility of people going satrapy, and then that will spawn auxiliary fleets for him. Some of those fleets can be quite large. So that's potentially a hazard to this plan. The Khan will get stronger until he dies, and I don't think he can die of like accidental causes less than 20 years after the horde spawns. So we would need to endure him for at least 20 years unless we kill him or an FE kills him. Because I don't think any of these AI empires are up to the task. But yeah, so I want to be building the relay back here so I can get a fleet back there if I need to. I want to be producing as much alloys as I can to build much more fleet. And that may mean sacrificing, sacrificing science, sacrificing unity. Look, I was looking at my homeworld, right? We have these unity districts. We can just turn those into industrial districts, right? And our fabricators here are reasonably efficient. And we can swap one lab for alloy foundries and make them more efficient. I love machine worlds. They're just so flexible, and it's a nice bonus. So that's something we can do. I want to make sure we have all of our Nanocauldrons back on, because we have the energy now. I don't know that I want to be building more of them is the thing, because that is, this is even in our most efficient situation in our capital sector with the Oracle and everything, it's still 440 alloys to build. And granted, out here between the Alloy Edict and the Nanotech World Designation, the efficiency on this is actually quite good, right? We're producing 21 alloys for 17 energy. A replicator, maybe I don't know if the capital is the best demonstrating point, but a foundry drone out here turns 15 minerals into 18 alloys. So with the Oracle, and that's for both of the pops from the district when you combine the two jobs. So the Nanocauldrons are with all the bonuses we've stacked up, they seem somewhat competitive on a input to output ratio, right? We're getting 21 for 16 instead of 19 for 16 like we would with an industrial district, and we don't need pops for it. If it costs us 440 alloy to build, right? How many points does it take to build a pop now? 300 is 300 alloys for a pop. So to get 2 pops is 600 alloys. So right now, Nanocauldrons are, in our capital sector, they're probably better for producing alloys than pops are. The issue is that I don't really want to be spending alloys on them right now. I think we'll cancel the one. I will finish at 1, I guess. I was thinking, I want to cancel all my corvette construction. I was doing the math, and on a per alloy basis, the escorts give us 3 points of fleet power per point of alloys we spend on them, I think. Whereas the corvettes give us closer to 2 points of fleet power per point of alloys. So, and we have reinforcements in flight, and it's going to be a nightmare figuring. We'll wait for that situation to kind of settle, and then I think we will. I'm curious about interdictors. I haven't looked at these too much. My concern here is that they're slow, and if we're going to fight a more defensive war, that might be kind of okay. 6k alloys gets us 4 hangars. I think with swarmers, it's more like 500 alloys gets us 1 hanger is 2k, or excuse me, 500 nanites gets us 1 hanger. So for the same cost in nanites, we could get a lot more hangars with swarmers. And I actually don't know how much supply these use. I don't see it here. Yeah. But that's my thought here, is that maybe we fill out the Corvette fleets with carrier swarmers. It's not the best in combination with disruptors, right? Really, we would probably want more disruptors would be good, but nanite ships are so fragile that the best way to keep them alive is to keep range, which means carriers. And carriers at least also ignore shields. It's not like we're mixing stuff that does shield damage into a disruptor fleet. So, and as far as the speed goes, they're a lot faster than the interdictors. So I think they're not quite as fast as the corvettes, right? 194 versus 219, so it's a little bit slower. Maybe we build a dedicated nanite carrier fleet. I'm not sure. And then the escorts are 209, so a little bit slower than the corvettes, but faster than the swarmers. I do kind of wonder to what extent the escorts are paper tigers. A lot of their damage per second looks like it comes from point defense weapons, which aren't really the most effective. Don't stack well with disruptors, that kind of stuff. I'm not totally sure how they'll perform in combat, but I still think they're our best bet. I'm also regretting this gateway, right? That was a blunder. That was like 2.5k alloys that could have been almost 3 escorts, is like 7.5k fleet power. I would have loved to have had that as fleet instead, but oops. I do wonder. Am I too late? Yeah. We could cancel some of this stuff. Because again, yeah, 750. I don't need energy right now. That was what this was for, was to support the energy world. How much? What? 200? Yeah. So all of this together is like 1,000 alloys that we could get back to turn into escorts. I think maybe we do it. Yeah. If we can get it back, we should. And yeah, escorts and relays. I probably would have been more efficient just to go out this way with relays, but oops. Still upgrading. They're 900 apiece. So yeah, we can afford 9-ish of them. Anything else in my notes? We got the science ship. We got the Unity conversion. I was thinking if we wanted to be cheeky, we could build a bunch of all these worlds we're not really planning to hold. So one thing with the Khan, historically, I don't know if it's still true, but it used to be that he would often bog down in vassals. Here, I think, yeah, we can see that there are relatively few vassals in this game. It was more of a problem during Overlord, where everybody had vassals all the time. Because the issue is that vassals cannot surrender to the Khan. Because they don't have the freedom of diplomacy to do that. So if the Khan gets like up in a vassal, he'll just bombard all their planets into dust, basically. Historically, I don't know if it's still true. So we got there's this wormhole here into the Lularo, and that could be a great sink if it goes there. The other vassal is like over here, I think, and not so much wormhole exposed, but Yeah, I mean, we might get lucky with those as traps for the con, but I suspect the con will also like sit around bombarding our planets, and we could just build shield generators and then turn them off until we need them. It could kind of bite us in the ass if the AI takes these planets, but in the regular Crisis War kind of angle. But I think it's a cheeky move, and I like cheeky moves. This here we'll definitely want, because here we're basically building a fortress world, just without the designation. Oops. And again, we have the minerals for now. You should have a simulation site too. Why don't you have one? Goodness, some of these are still elevated devastation after all these years. Not that I expect to hold this one. I think we might even, well, if we subsume it, the devastation will be really high, and we definitely won't hold it. But yeah, it's such a weak garrison. I don't know that we even bother investing further there. As far as these guys back here, some of these star bases are like, 20k, or excuse me, like 8k, I think. Weird. I don't know why that one shows as being a. Maybe this one was. Yeah, there's 5. I don't know. My thought was that we take the salvage fleet and send them back in to kind of deal with these star bases, but I'm not sure how big of losses they'll take. But still, we can give it a shot. We're at war, right? Did they not into the Crisis War? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's only people we weren't at war with when the declaration fired. Huh. But it didn't give us a truce. That's... we can keep them there for now. We'll send it back later. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, there's the, okay. It looks like we have plenty of unemployment. We have the energy. We could just be resettling. We could also be buying alloys, but alloy is expensive. That seems like a pretty normal price, really. It's a much worse exchange ratio than cauldrons. And if a capital sector cauldron only costs 400 alloys, then that pays for itself in like 20 months. But I don't. Well, it'll probably last that long. I mean, we're not gonna kill the con in 20 months, so it's a question of whether we live that long. Oh, and picked up a building slot. We don't need to replace the transmuter. I think plus 15% to all of them might be bigger than a bigger total output than the plus 2 jobs.
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
Okay, they're coming our way. Interesting. We're probably going to shuffle the repair guy around a lot. Level 6. I don't know where I pulled him from. It is kind of tempting. This would be a really nasty system to take and hold. Because it has the black hole disengagement penalty, and if we took the starbase and built the comms jammer, we could stack up more disengagement penalty, and then the Khan himself gives a disengagement penalty to his own fleets. So if we felt like we were going to have a really superior fleet, that would be a great place to take the engagement, but we're not going to get... I mean, if we do catch him there with a superior fleet, I mean, we'll take it, but odds against.
Ship augmentations completed.
Out of jobs? Did all our shield generators come up yet? No, they're still building. So our energy kind of dropped there. Maybe moving fleets off. Actually, maybe I want them around here, just in case stuff starts coming this way. Yeah, we can hold them centered for now. And then we'll move these ones up here when the upgrades are done. Influence.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
Oh, I put my worst guy on the escorts.
Ship augmentations completed.
What? What did... Oh, they're upgrading to the old design with the worst reactor. Crap. I'm almost thinking we want a shipyard here, actually, to upgrades in place at these frontier posts. That explains why the fleet power there is a little low, though.
Hostile fleet assets engaged.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you fight over black holes. Bad things. So it's kind of a double or nothing. This planet has a bunch of armies, I think. I don't know that we really want to invade it. I mean, I guess we could.
Technological acquisition successful.
Battleships and okay, this is tough because we want Devastator Torpedoes to boost the escorts. We want the fabricator output so we can build the escorts, and we want plasma thrusters to get things where they need to be. And ultimately, I was looking at it. Gateway activation, or we can't get gateway construction until we have both gateway activation and megastructures, or mega engineering. And I always kind of forget that it requires mega engineering because I always get mega engineering first, long before I roll gateway activation. So lots of good things here. I think maybe we get the torpedoes though. We can scale up alloys by other means. But stacking up a bigger, stronger components on our escorts is, good.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Ship fragments dissected. Alert, station engaged.
Oh, okay. I got worried there. But it's just that there are hostile fleets in the same system that our science ship is sneaking through to go explore the wormhole. It's not actually hostiles in our space. Yeah, horde's expanding.
Alert, spaceport engaged. Ship fragments dissected. Alert, non-standard space entity encountered.
Okay, so the Korinth are invading up here. We could go repel them, especially once this one gets up here.
Station engaged.
None of these are really what I'm looking for. I was looking, we do have enough crisis points to do crisis level 3, and it would give us an engineering research output bonus, I think. What is particle lance the good one, and then you do kinetic artillery? I think it is. For artillery battleships. Not really where I want to go, though. We do gravity snare, and it finishes almost immediately. We get a reroll.
Alert, spaceport deconstructed. Technological acquisition successful.
Dark matter drawing, we will want. Doesn't help us right now, but we will need it for to feed singularities. And it's reasonably high tier, I think.
Hostile fleet assets detected.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, kind of, at this point, I'm kind of expecting to lose all of this one way or another. Keeping, as long as I hold kind of our couple choke points, that's just how it's going to be. Oh, I missed one. We're up over 1k alloys. That's good. Okay, our ragged Corvette fleet reinforcements are starting to arrive. Looks like there's still a lot more, though.
Alert. Non-standard space entity encountered. Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
Okay, that's actually decent casualties on their emergency FTL. That was out of what? 70-ish ships. We got 16. And no casualties for us. Zero armies, 6 pops. Delayed hungers. Did we... Okay, so that also goes back here. Huh. What is this? Void worms and void worms and okay, so this is another void worm nest system, I guess. I wonder if this one's full of dark matter too. But that's yeah.
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
I'm really bad at being thorough. Okay, yeah, so they're definitely pushing out here.
Hostile fleet assets detected.
Ah. Where's the dragon? Okay, we don't really have a good just skull fleet power. Yeah, small Korinth fleet. That actually they won't be able to. Oh, here's the other. There's a big old. Yeah, so they're gonna come in this way and. Yep. Rip that bastion. Fixed fortifications, monuments to the stupidity of man. Classic. Okay, there's our gateway activation. Do we know where? Because they usually come in pairs. Do we know where the other one is? Here. Weird.
Alert. Non-standard space entity encountered.
Oh no, it's building. That's not where I want those. I want those on the relay network. Don't build those there. Okay, so it looks like we still have a couple corvettes coming in, but not most of them. Our fleet command limit went up as well. That's like half of our nanite bank. That's like a quarter of our nanite bank. We could do that all day. It's almost like that's how you're supposed to play nanites, or something.
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
Oh yeah, we'll start getting anomalies too if we're surveying again. So have you guys surrendered to the Khan yet? Not yet. Oh, I have a bunch of envoys I'm not using. We could do some of these first contacts or spy on people, but who to spy on, right? You know, I guess there's a lot of empty space back here we don't have any visibility into. I don't know that they're worth spying on because they're going to fall apart any minute now. These guys might be interesting too. I guess I didn't look at difficult. Trivial? Okay, good.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
We're not at... We are at war with the Korinth, but we're not at war with the Pokemon, who's still technically on this space. We can move one pop to hold it down while we move the organics off. I can't build the shield generator to the capital, it's not high enough level. Oh well. We aren't even doing anything. I mean, okay, maybe we are. Okay, yeah, so they're coming in this side. Not much doing about that. Maybe we'll have the shield generator up in time, maybe we won't. Maybe we will turn some of these guys into hunter seekers and try to move everybody else off if we can. We don't really want the building upkeep penalty, so we might just switch to Machine World for that. So losing some good minerals out here. Getting the escorts have a longer build time, getting them out sooner, and then they also have the reinforced distance because this one isn't on a relay. Not sure why it chose to build them out of there. It's unfortunate.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated. Alert, spaceport engaged.
Maybe we should plan for a mining world, honestly, if we're going to be losing space here. I don't know if I remember turning that one off before.
Spaceport deconstructed.
Sadly, Galactic Contender, the only mid-game crisis it doesn't give a huge damage bonus against is the Khan. I'm not sure why. I feel like before the Khan was buffed, maybe that was reasonable. I feel like now that the Khan is 250k, maybe that's a little less reasonable. I don't know if I have that much time. Maybe we just demolish the shipyards first. I don't have... Do you have a queue? I don't think so. Okay.
Technological acquisition successful.
Oh no, the capturing thing opened up more options and diluted our draw pool. I did not realize it would do that. These are all somewhat lousy. Codebreaking's decent tier, not terrible. Resources from jobs, 5% would be good. Extra districts would also be okay on our planets with rings and the generator districts and stuff. I think resources from jobs will do right now because we have it. I mean, this shipyard is sitting idle, so it may as well upgrade, right? It's not a big upgrade, but it's something.
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
How long on Devastators? Not long at all. So maybe we delay that upgrade. Crap. Yeah, okay. We'll do that.
Ship augmentations completed.
Oh, we took this one. It's a fortress world. That's fine. That's what we wanted. I mean, mostly one of the pops, but okay. So you're freed up now. Oh, I see. Okay, so I guess this wormhole links back in here somewhere. They're taking planets. Gaia's. With 40 pops. Oh. They're void dwellers, right? Yeah, they are. But extremely adaptive. Interesting choice for void dwellers. And rapid pop growth. Wow. So this fleet might just get eaten there. Maybe I don't want to be moving my corvettes up here with a 50k fleet right there, and who knows how many more to come. Yeah, I think we do right off this space. You can just hang out there. It's fine. No, obviously more wormholes back here. Maybe that's the priority, really. I don't need a full survey here as much as I need, like, some sensor data from, like, here. Just give me, a couple jumps from there and see if there's anything else back there. Kind of tempting. Doesn't really, like, currently I'm out of jobs, which is a weird problem to have. There was nothing blocking these generators. And there's 4 pops right there. Perfect. There's our nanites in flight, I guess.
Construction complete.
Okay, Korinth continuing to move in here. Unsurprising. I don't know that we'll get this
Alert. Spaceport
much stronger
engaged.
before they get there. They didn't bring armies, though, so that's good at least. We have the shields. We'll see how long it takes them.
Alert. Spaceport deconstructed. Technological acquisition successful.
Devastators. I think we do plasma thruster now. Still actively consuming, so it's going to be a bit of a mess. Yeah, I think maybe we do start building up some mining here. Just as we continue to grow alloys, as we lose space, I don't think it's an unreasonable thing to do. Oh, we might want to put housing. Do I have some idle construction ships? I bet I do. Yeah.
Technological acquisition successful.
Anything good? Anything at all? Piling defense platforms onto our bastions is an interesting idea. Maybe carriers? Or hangar defense platforms? And it's a nice high tier tech. I don't know exactly what our tier state is right at the moment. Okay, this is because we're passing back through again, not because they're in our space.
Ship fragments dissected.
There's approaching an hour. How's this going down? Where'd the cons fleet go? Did they actually get enough fleet together to push the Marauders out? Surprising.
Alert. Spaceport engaged.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
Alert. Spaceport deconstructed. Technological acquisition successful.
So that's an upgrade for everything. Impulse thruster would also be an upgrade. The fabricator output, tempting. We've increased our ally output by like 50% since the beginning of the session. So if we can increase our ally output another 50% in the next 3 years, I'm a little less worried about that versus getting our building and module cost. Also an interesting thought. Getting more evasion on everything. Pretty good. Do I have the power to do all this stuff? It looks like I do, so that's good. I'm curious if they bombard or if they just sit there, or okay, they keep moving. Yeah. Looks like we're not going to get the next hangar bay out. At this point, we can do the districts. That'll be helpful for us. Okay, so the Khanate forces are back. The AI is making some very questionable choices recently. Okay, so we lost this this one as well, but we took the shipyard. Or is that true? Is that when you said Starbase deconstruct? Is what you meant?
Construction complete.
I wish I had command centers for the damage bonus to fleets and system, but lacking that, I think we will do uplink computers are okay for extra range. It's not bad. Oh, it's starbase and defense platform, not like ships and system. Yeah. Okay. That's the one that we camped from the other guys.
Alert. Spaceport deconstructed.
Oh, we lost that one. Okay, that's fine. It's a lot of pops in one system. Kind of tempting. Not far. We could steal a Dyson Swarm from them too, temporarily at least. Yeah, sure. Where are you? No. No. Don't do that.
Alert. Spaceport engaged. Alert. Station engaged.
So we did at least inflict some casualties on the Korinth with that starbase. Are they bombarding now? Unclear. I mean, if you're... Yeah, sure. We can do armies here, I guess, for now. Okay, the Consciousness... They still don't have any fleet, and yet they're likely to end up on the Council. So that's, not something you see every day. We could re-enable some jobs in this sector just to kind of pull pops out of places where they're going to get killed. Okay. Yeah, I think the edge of the sector is about the edge of where we're likely to hold, so. Where we're planning to hold, at least. I think several of these planets have assembly plants. Am I actually consuming a Gaia world? Did I do that? I guess I did do that. Oops. Yeah, I feel like I'm piling up amenities piling up allies as fast as I'm spending them, which is good.
Alert. Spaceport deconstructed.
Okay, they are bombarding. It is not very effective. As might be expected between a shield generator and unyielding. Right, so these guys that were fighting the Khan, their fleets have fled into our area and again are bombarding. I don't know if they have armies behind that. I guess they do. 286 versus our 280. Yeah.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Alert. Spaceport engaged.
Oh, we're gonna catch some. Oh, interesting. Mercenaries.
Technological acquisition successful.
District's good. Don't want any of these. We'll just grab blockers. Get them out of the way. Oh, and that's another one on our homeworld too, I think. Yeah.
Planetary invasion alert. Malignant atmospheric incursion detected.
Can I like summon armies out of nowhere by making hunter seekers? Does that work? I don't think it does.
Alert. Spaceport engaged.
Good to know, I guess. So you learn these things. I can't resettle either. Can I resettle the other way? Can I like I'm not, not gonna find it though. Yeah. Rest in peace, 2 pops. I think it was 2 pops, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll actually win.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Alert.
Ha!
Spaceport engaged.
Commonwealth of Dendritium. Is this like some rebels? Somewhere? Yeah, that looks like rebels.
Technological acquisition successful.
I'm not clear how Hunter-Seeker drones spawning armies actually works. Like, can I make them disappear and reappear? I don't know. That one's decent tier, at least. Our science output is falling because the lathe is running low on fuel. So that's kind of a bummer. But, I mean, that's what we're here for, so. How long on 10 months?
Ship augmentations completed.
Okay, so now they have Devastators. How much fleet power is a single escort now? 2k. Up from 1.5k a couple years ago, so that's good. Oop, I don't actually want that. Yeah, it's a big jump. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're still up here. Let's keep poking around. What's this? Oh, that's not very important. Let's check in on the relay building. I think they'll need the ring before the energy world does. We can make space for some more cauldrons in our capital sector. Okay, we're probably over an hour now. The timer did fire. Next time we'll invade all these planets and pick up like lots of fuel for the lathe. Because their armies are not that strong. I have a transport fleet here, right? Yeah, okay. 31, 40, 44. That's probably the best of them. 41. Yeah, let's hit the 44 first. And then I'll pin down the other two. 368, 368, 368. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Do they actually spawn defense armies? Because nothing changed when I moved them to that job.
Planetary pacification protocols initiated.
Okay, whatever. We'll deal with that next time. But the second escort fleet is coming together nicely, which is good. And that's 100k without a leader, without being fully built out. So if we post them up here and send a big pile of corvettes, back here, especially once we're relayed out there, then I feel, and keep upgrading this one as we get more stuff. I'm surprised it's still at 0%. Like, I know one shipyard is not a lot, but were you not at the starbase? Do you have to move?
Alert.
Is this not going to work?
Deconstructed. Oh, we could do gravity snares on the shardlings. That could be fun. Okay. All right. Yeah, I probably should close it up for the night. But things have not fallen apart as badly as I was afraid they might. It's the con having wormholes and spreading out and taking his time here. I guess he hasn't come out here. Maybe we could have chased him down up in here somewhere. Maybe he'll come to us. We'll see. But I guess, where's the other? Because there were 2 wormholes. Now I don't see any wormholes. Because I guess we don't have intel on the con to see where he has wormholes. Okay. But I guess I should take that to mean that he has taken both wormholes and he's somewhere that I don't know. There's that one. There's this one, but I guess he's not there. That one. Is he up here? Not yet. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, thank you for watching. I apologize, it was a bit slow, spending a lot of time. It's a critical time, right? It's a critical time to get my strategy right and to get my economy on a war footing where I can produce all the ships that I need to hold out until the con dies. So, yeah, we'll get a little bit of offense in where we see opportunities, though. So, anyway, thank you for watching.